friends, for today's video I will be showing you how to crochet this beautiful granny square crop top you see right here. It is so easy to make and you can make it in any color you want, so the possibilities are endless. If you think you'll enjoy having one, make sure to keep watching and don't forget to subscribe. Let's get started. So to start this top, you'll need some yarn. I will be using the Cheese Worsted Weight from Crochet, and I will be using my 4.5mm hook. So to start this top, you will need to make some squares, and this would be the classic granny square. So you're going to start with a magic ring and wrap it around your finger like this. Chain 3, that counts as a double crochet. And you're going to do 2 more double crochets inside that ring. So yarn over, insert your hook inside the ring, grab your yarn and go through, yarn over, go through 2 loops, and again, yarn over and go through 2 loops. Do that one more time. Chain 2. And that would be your first corner, and you're going to do this group 3 more times to form the square, so 4 in total. There you go, chain 2. That would be another corner. So I'm gonna keep doing this until I have 4, like I said. Once you get here, you're gonna pull on this tail to close the center. Don't forget the last chain 2 and slip stitch on that last chain you did. So insert your hook, grab your yarn and go through the loop on your hook. Chain 1. And I'm cutting off my yarn because I'm changing colors, but you can continue with the same color if you want. To bring in the next color, you're just gonna insert your hook on this corner, slip stitch, chain 3, that counts as a double crochet like always, and on that same corner you're gonna make 2 more. Chain 2, that's gonna form the corner, and you're gonna do a group of 3 on that same space. Okay, so easy as that. You're gonna do the same thing on every corner. Do not chain or anything between the groups. Just do 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets on each corner. And to hide your tails, you can also, while you do the double crochet, insert your hook underneath the tail, grab your yarn, and do your double crochet. So this is what it looks like on the back, and then you won't have to hide your tails with a needle at the end. So once you get here, you're just gonna slip stitch on that last chain, chain 1. I already cut my yarn, so just pull it up. Obviously, if you are not changing colors, then you don't have to cut it. You can just chain 3 and continue on with your double crochets. But yeah, I'm gonna bring in my third and final color. Slip stitch, chain 3, and this would be the pattern repeat. So the only difference with this row and the next ones is that wherever you see a space between the corners, you're going to make a group of 3 double crochets. Once you arrive on the corners, like always, 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more doubles on that same space. And obviously, every row you do, every round is gonna get bigger and bigger. So I'm gonna keep doing this until I achieve my size. I'm gonna put in the description the amount of rows you need for each size, just so you can make it. So I'm gonna continue this off camera until I have the amount of rows I need for my size, which is medium. So I'm at my last round, and I'm just gonna slip stitch on that last chain and chain 1. I already cut my yarn, so I'm gonna pull it up, and I ended up making 7 rounds. That's for size medium, and yeah, you're gonna need to make 8 of these to complete the top. Now I'm gonna show you how you're gonna make the triangle that goes on the side. So I'm gonna pick up the same color, and for this first round, it's pretty simple. It's the same thing as the square. So you're gonna start with a magic ring, do your 3 chains and do your double crochets to complete 4 sides. So I'm not going to show it again, and I'll meet you for the second round of the triangle. Once you have the first round done, you're going to attach your yarn on this corner, slip stitch and chain 3, and you're going to do your corner on the next space. So just chain 3 there and continue on. So I'm going to do a corner here, here, and here for a total of 3. Once you made the 3 corners, you're going to do a double crochet on this corner right here, just 1, and then you can cut off your yarn. So just attach your next color on this corner right here inside the chain 3. Slip stitch and chain 3. So like this square, every corner you see, you're gonna make a corner. So it's gonna be a corner right here. And then would be a group of 3, a corner, another group, and a corner right here. So almost like the square. Once you get to the other side, you're just gonna finish like you started with 1 double crochet on that last one you did on the previous row that's sitting there alone. And that's it, and you can cut off your yarn to change colors. Now you're gonna repeat this last row over and over again, just like the square, until you have the same amount you have here. So in my case, it's gonna be 7. And for the triangles, you're gonna need a total of 4. So as soon as I have all of my squares and my triangles, I'm gonna show you how to put it together. Okay, so I finished the triangle, and this is how it's supposed to look once you do the rounds that you need. And yeah, pretty simple. And once you do your 4 triangles and your 8 squares, you are ready to put it together. So right now it is set up as the top would be, but I'm gonna put it all right side up, flat on the table, and I'm gonna start putting it together with my favorite method. So I'm gonna start putting it Okay, so it is flat on the table and right side up, like I said. And just so you know, the tails on the squares are on the bottom. The squares on the bottom are on the bottom, looking down. And the squares on the top, the tail is right here. So just a detail. And yeah, I'm going to start putting it together. Like I said, you're going to make a straight line across. And I'm going to start on this corner, insert it in that chain 2 space on both sides, and grab your yarn and go through, do a slip stitch and pull on your triangle just to make sure that everything is in the middle. And now you're going to grab the loop closest to you on the triangle, just that one loop, and both of the loops on the other side. Go through, grab your yarn and go through the loops on your hook, so just like a slip stitch. Again, grab the loop closest to you on this side, and then both of the loops on the other side. Grab your yarn and go through the loops on your hook. So pretty easy. You're gonna start doing this, and I'm gonna show you in a minute what you're gonna do once you get to the other squares. Once you get here, finish this part with a slip stitch on the corners, and then you're going to do sort of the same thing. Grab this side and then this side, just like when you started. Grab your yarn and go through and do a slip stitch. And you're just going to continue on grabbing the loop closest to you and both of the loops on this side. Grab your yarn and go through the loops on your hook. So you're gonna keep doing this again in a straight line, just like I showed you in the picture. And yeah, I'll see you on the other side. So once you have it all put together in a straight line, you're gonna fold it in half. Now right side is up, and now we're gonna close it here where you started. And now you're just gonna close it on where you started. So I'm just gonna insert my hook on that first slip stitch I did, grab my yarn, go through and do a slip stitch. Now I'm gonna chain one, and that would be it for doing the center. So it is almost put together. So now I can cut off my yarn right here. Okay. So now I'm gonna do this part right here because they're supposed to be closed off, and I'm gonna attach my yarn here just like I did here and do the same technique. So I'm not gonna show it again. I wanted to show you real quick. Once you get to the corners, you don't have to do a slip stitch on the chain twos, just go straight on the double crochets. So just grab the loop closest to you, both on this side, and just do your slip stitches. Okay, so I'm at my final stitch here, and I put it together on the sides. This is my fourth one, and I'm just gonna chain one. I already cut my yarn, so I'm just gonna pull it up, and that's it. So it is almost finished. I did this and straight across, and now the two that are left are here on the sides. This would be where your armpit would go, so just a pretty short distance. So this would be a total of two. So here and obviously the other side. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, so I have finished putting all of the main parts together, and now I have decided I'm gonna do the top part right here. And the reason I said to leave the tails right here is so you can hide them at the same time as you do the single crochets I need. So I'm gonna start right here. This is where the armpit will go, and I'm just gonna insert my hook there and attach my yarn, slip stitch, and I'm gonna do a single crochet in that same space. So insert your hook, grab your yarn over, and go through the loops on your hook. So I'm gonna continue on doing the same thing over and over again. Spaces like this are big, and you can put two. Other than that, I'm gonna put one. And so I'm gonna do this all the way around, all the way until I get back here again. Once you get back here, you're just gonna slip stitch on the first single crochet you did, and that's it for that round. So to start the next one, you're gonna chain two, and it's gonna be all half double crochets all the way around. So yarn over, insert your hook, grab your yarn and go through, yarn over, and go through the 3 loops on the hook. So easy as that. Keep doing that, one per stitch, and I'll tell you what to do once you get to the corner. So once you get to the corner, you're just gonna do 3 double crochets inside that same stitch. That way the corner will be more pointy and not round. So I did 3 there, and as you can see, it's doing sort of the curve of that corner. So I'm gonna do a couple here just so you can see better. So I'm gonna do this for every corner, obviously, and 1 per stitch, like I said, all the way around until I get here again. So I'm back here again, and I'm just gonna slip stitch on that last chain I did. I already cut my yarn, so I'm gonna chain 1 and pull it up, and that's it for the border on the top. Now we're gonna work on the straps, and I'm gonna insert my hook on that middle stitch I did, on that 3 half doubles I did. So I'm gonna insert it right there and take my yarn, attach it, slip stitch, and I'm gonna start making some chains. For myself, I'm gonna make 30. This can change from person to person. Maybe it's more for you, but for me it's gonna be 30. I recommend that you do 30, 35 and try it on once you attach it to the other side. If you need more, then you can always add more or less. So once you have the chains you need, you're gonna attach yourself on the other side, right in the middle of that 3 stitches you did in the corner. So I'm gonna insert it right there and do a slip stitch. Also make sure that your chains are not twisted or anything. Do another slip stitch right next to it. And now you're gonna start making half double crochets on the chain. So you're over and just start making half double crochets on that first chain you see. After you get to the other side, you're gonna slip stitch right next to where you started, chain 1, and you can cut off your yarn. I'm gonna do a simple knot with the other tail just to secure it, and then I'm gonna hide it with a needle so it's not gonna be noticeable. Now I'm gonna do the same with the other side, obviously, because you need 2 straps, and then we'll move on to the bottom. To start the bottom, I'm gonna start by attaching my yarn here on one of these corners, and I'm gonna do a simple single crochet row. So just attach your yarn, do a slip stitch, single crochet in that same space. Remember to hide your tails, so hook goes underneath the tails and then you can grab your yarn. So yeah, simple as that. 1 single crochet per stitch and 1 on every corner. And I'm gonna do this all the way around until I get back here again. Once you get here, slip stitch on that first single crochet you did and chain 1. And for the next round, it's gonna be scallops all the way around. So you're gonna start making double crochets on the 3rd stitch. So 1, 2, and 3. And on that one, you're gonna make 5 double crochets. Once you do them, you're gonna make a single crochet on the 3rd stitch. So 1, 2, and 3. And that's it. So on every 3rd stitch, you're gonna make the scallop, and then on every 3rd stitch, a single crochet. So easy as that. I'm gonna keep doing this off camera until I get to the beginning again. Once you get all the way around, you can just do your final single crochet and slip stitch on that first single you did, chain 1, and you can finally cut off your yarn. So easy as that. This is how it's gonna look. So really pretty. And after you do this and complete your 2 straps, you can go ahead and hide all the tails you have laying around, and that would be it for this beautiful top. So friends, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed making this beautiful crop top. I know I did, and granny squares are always a good idea. So if you think you'll keep enjoying my content, make sure to turn on those notifications and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.